What's up, everybody? Kier Gomes here, and welcome to Way Back Wednesday, episode 9. If you're new to this channel, Way Back Wednesday is a series where we discuss decks that you may have missed out on if you're new to the playing card and Magic community. In today's episode, we are going to be reviewing a deck of cards that I think is quite underrated, and partially because it came out at the same time as another very important deck. But today we are going to be discussing the Forest playing cards by Orbit. Before we get started, please do drop a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's roll that intro and get you guys on your way. So this deck technically is an Orbit deck. It was made by Orbit, produced by the United States Playing Card Company, and designed by Daniel Schneider. So basically all the same stuff. You can even tell because the Orbit logo is on the bottom. But this deck came out at the same time as the Orbit 6th edition deck and was a limited release, so it didn't get as much buzz as I would have expected, making it perfect for this episode. This deck is a collaboration between Orbit and OneTreePlanted.com, and all the proceeds of these decks went to planting trees in California. The tuck case is done in an amazing, almost like mural painting of a forest. It wraps around the entire tuck box, so you can see it's got some mountains, clouds, trees, sky, wraps all the way around the deck. The only writing you're going to find on this deck is at the bottom, where it has the title of the playing cards. And you can see right there it says Forest Playing Cards. And here at the bottom, where you're going to see some ad information about OneTreePlanted.com and theOrbitDeck.com. Nothing on the inside of the box. Now let's take a look at the deck. Your back design looks like this. You have a medium-sized poker border with kind of this mint green background and a bunch of trees. And then you can see there's kind of a campsite set up in here. So there's a little pond, some cars, tents, a school bus. And this is actually a one-way back design, so if you hold it this way, it's kind of right side up, and then this way, everything is upside down. I personally don't really mind one-way back designs. I prefer two-way back designs, but I think especially in the case of this deck, it's just very charming. It's very unique. It's not something that I've seen before. The deck is printed on bicycle stock with the United States Playing Card Company, so it feels really good. This is not a brand new deck. I have had it open for a while, and it holds up great because it is USPCC. You are going to get 2 ad cards with this deck instead of gaff cards, and I don't have them anymore. I might have them stored away somewhere or packed, but basically it's information about OneTreePlanted.com. It's also got some important facts about why it's so important to preserve trees and wildlife in the forest, which is very thematically in line with this deck. All your faces are going to be basically bicycle standard, except for the 2 jokers and the ace of spades. Your jokers are going to be identical, and they look like this. It's got a little like hemp canvas kind of burlap bag with some soil and a tree coming out of it, and says Joker at the top, written in a very modern type cursive. I like those jokers. They really make the deck even more charming than it already is. Your ace of spades is the baby sprout from the Joker grown into a spade-shaped tree out of that same burlap bag, and says Forest Playing Cards just below it. Nice ace of spades, no complaints there. You can see in terms of color and pips and indices, everything is the same as you would find it on a bicycle deck. Basically the same thing goes for your court cards. This is a bicycle Queen of Clubs, a bicycle King of Diamonds. There are some subtle differences though, so you'll notice the Jack of Diamonds is actually holding a shovel, as if he were out planting a tree. And your Jack of Spades is holding a potted tree sprout. These are little subtleties that I don't think many people take the time to really appreciate. All the other court cards in this deck are completely standard, but those are some of the things that Daniel Schneider drew in there to make this deck a little bit different. That's pretty much all I can say about the overall aesthetic of these cards. Here's one last look at that back design. How to get away from how they look, let's talk about how they feel. All right, so in terms of the way that the cards handle, they're printed, like I said, on standard bicycle stock. They're not crushed, and they're not on premium stock. They are basically the same exact stock as a deck of regular bicycles. But with that being said, there's a reason why bicycles are so classic. It is because they're amazing and they feel great and they last a long time. So this deck is no exception. You can see they fan nice and evenly. They look good in a spread. I really like the color of this deck. I think it looks really good. Let's see how they faro. They go top to bottom fairly evenly. Pretty sure that makes them a modern cut. And there you go. Well guys, thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Way Back Wednesday. This is actually the last time I'm gonna be filming in this space. So the next video that you guys see from me this coming Saturday will be filmed in my new place with my new setup. Hopefully it'll be done. If not, we're gonna have to makeshift something together, but it's finally done. Should probably take some of this stuff off the walls and pack it up. It's emotional for me, but if my new office looks the way that I'm planning to make it look, I'm not gonna miss this place. All that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their day. I know I will. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.